AACG Creativity Global stock price down 2.86% on Wednesday, updated on February 3, 2021. Buy or hold candidate since January 5, 2021 gained 10.57%. The AACG Creativity Global stock price fell by -2.86% on the last day, Wednesday, February 3, 2021, from $1.40 to $1.36. During the day, the stock fluctuated 4.44% from a day low at $1.35 to a day high of $1.41. The price has been going up and down for this period, and there has been a -1.45% loss for the last 2 weeks. Volume fell on the last day along with the stock, which is actually a good sign as volume should follow the stock. On the last day, the trading volume fell by -4,000 shares, and in total, 21,000 shares were bought and sold for approximately $28,82,000. The stock lies in the middle of a wide and strong rising trend in the short term, and a further rise within the trend is signaled. Given the current short-term trend, the stock is expected to rise 17.47% during the next 3 months and, with a 90% probability, hold a price between $1.47 and $1.65 at the end of this 3-month period. Signals and forecast. The AACG Creativity Global stock holds buy signals from both short and long-term moving averages, giving a positive forecast for the stock. Also, there is a general buy signal from the relation between the two signals where the short-term average is above the long-term average. On corrections down, there will be some support from the lines at $1.34 and $1.26. A breakdown below any of these levels will issue sell signals. Furthermore, there is a buy signal from the 3 months moving average convergence divergence (MACD). Some negative signals were issued as well, and these may have some influence on the near short-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Tuesday, February 2, 2021, and so far it has fallen -2.86%. Further fall is indicated until a new bottom pivot has been found. Volume fell along with the price during the last trading day, which is technical positive. One should, however, note that this stock may have low liquidity in periods, which increases the general risk. The very low volume increases the risk and reduces the other technical signals issued. Support, risk and stop loss. On the downside, the stock finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $1.27 and $1.22. There is natural risk involved when a stock is testing a support level, since if this is broken, the stock then may fall to the next support level. In this case, AACG Creativity Global finds support just below today's level at $1.27. If this is broken, then the next support from accumulated volume will be at $1.22 and $1.21. The stock has average movements during a day, but be aware of low or falling volume as this increases the risk. During the last day, the stock moved 6 cents between high and low, or 4.44%. For the last week, the stock has had a daily average volatility of 5.90%. Our recommended stop loss, $1.29 minus 4.83%. The stock has medium daily movements, and this gives medium risk. There is a sell signal from a pivot top found 1 day ago. Is AACG Creativity Global stock a buy? Several short-term signals, along with a general good trend, are positive, and we conclude that the current level may hold a buying opportunity, as there is a fair chance for AACG Creativity Global stock to perform well in the short term. Current score, 2.929. Predicted opening price for AACG Creativity Global of Thursday, February 4, 2021. The predicted opening price is based on yesterday's movements between high, low, and the closing price. Fair opening price February 4, 2021. Current price $1.37. AACG is overvalued compared to its price of $4.42 per share, has below average safety, and is currently rated a hold. Recommendation: Rec hold. REC reflects the cumulative effect of all the VectorVest parameters working together. These parameters are designed to help investors buy safe, undervalued stocks rising in price. Value: current price, $4.42. Current value, $1.03. AACG has a current value of $1.03 per share. Compared to a price of $4.42 per share, the stock is currently overvalued. Value is computed from forecasted earnings per share, forecasted earnings growth, profitability, interest, and inflation rates. Upside potential relative value RV. Very poor RV is an indicator of long-term price appreciation potential. AACG has an RV of 0.38, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. This indicator is far superior to a simple comparison of price and value because it is computed from an analysis of projected price appreciation 3 years out, AAA corporate bond rates, and risk. Safety. Relative safety RS. Poor RS is an indicator of risk. AACG has an RS of 0.81, which is poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RS is computed from an analysis of the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance, debt-to-equity ratio, sales volume, business longevity, price volatility and other factors. Timing. Relative timing RT. Excellent RT analyzes a stock's price trend. AACG has a relative timing of 1.41, which is excellent on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. RT is computed from an analysis of the direction, magnitude, and dynamics of a stock's price movements day over day, week over week, quarter over quarter and year over year. If a trend dissipates, RT will gravitate toward 1.00. Overall rating value. Safety. Timing VST. Fair VST is the master indicator for ranking every stock in the VectorVest database. AACG has a VST rating of 1.01, which is fair on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. VST is computed from the square root of a weighted sum of the squares of RV, RS, and RT. Stocks with the highest VST ratings have the best combinations of value, safety and timing. STOP. Stop price. $1.97 stop is an indicator of when to sell a position. AACG has a stop of $1.97 per share. A stock's stop is computed from a 13-week moving average of its closing prices, and is fine-tuned according to the stock's fundamentals. CI Comfort Index. Very poor CI is an indicator which reflects a stock's ability to resist severe and/or lengthy price declines. AACG has a CI rating of 0.48, which is very poor on a scale of 0.00 to 2.00. CI is based solely upon a stock's long-term price history. GRT. Earnings growth rate. GRT reflects a company's 1 to 3 year forecasted earnings growth rate in % per year. AACG has a forecasted earnings growth rate of 2.00%, which VectorVest considers to be poor. EPS. Earnings per share. EPS stands for leading 12 months earnings per share. AACG has a forecasted EPS of $-0.51 per share. VectorVest determines this forecast from a combination of recent earnings performance and traditional fiscal and/or calendar year earnings forecasts. PE. Price to earnings ratio. PE shows the dollars required to buy $1 of earnings. AACG has a PE of -8.67. The average PE of all the stocks in the VectorVest database is 67.35. EY. Earnings yield. EY reflects earnings per share as a % of price. AACG has an EY of -11.54%. This is below the current average of 1.48% for all the stocks in the VectorVest database. Gpe Growth to PE ratio. AACG has a Gpe rating of -0.23. A stock is commonly considered to be undervalued when Gpe is greater than 1.00. DIV. Dividend. VectorVest reports annual, regular, cash dividends as indicated by the most recent payments. Special distributions, one-time payments, stock dividends, etc., are not generally included in DIV. AACG does not pay a dividend. DY. Dividend yield. DY reflects dividend per share as a % of price. AACG does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend yield rating. DY equals 100x DIV price. It is useful to compare DY with EY. If DY is not significantly lower than EY, the dividend payment may be in jeopardy. DS Dividend Safety. DS is an indicator of the assurance that regular cash dividends will be declared and paid at current or at higher rates for the foreseeable future. AACG does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend safety rating. Stocks with DS values above 75 typically have RS values well above 1.00 and EY levels that are much higher than DYDG. Dividend growth rate. Dividend growth is a forecasted annual growth rate of a company's dividend based on historical dividend payments and dividend predictability. It is a subtle yet important indicator of a company's financial performance. It also provides some insight into the board's outlook on the company's ability to increase earnings. AACG does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a dividend growth rating. YSG Vector. YSG is an indicator which combines DY, DS and DG into a single value, and allows direct comparison of all dividend-paying stocks in the database. AACG does not pay a dividend, so it does not have a YSG rating. Stocks with the highest YSG values have the best combinations of dividend yield, safety and growth. These are the stocks to buy for somewhat above current income and long-term growth. AVGVOL. AVGVOL is the 50-day moving average of daily volume as computed by VectorVest. AACG has an AVGVOL of 48,377 shares traded per day. Percent vol. Percent vol reflects the percent change in today's trading volume as compared to the AVGVOL. Percent vol equals volume. AVGVOL/AVGVOL 100. AACG had a percent vol of 200,503.17% on Thursday, February 4, 2021. PRC, AACG price change 224.99% from the prior day's closing price. Sales, AACG has annual sales of 22 million. Sales growth. Sales growth is the sales growth rate in percent over the last 12 months. AACG has a sales growth of 5.00% per year. This is fair. Sales per share. SPS. AACG has annual sales of 71 cents per share. Price to sales ratio. PS. AACG has APS of 6.24. Shares. AACG has 31 million shares of stock outstanding. Market capitalization. AACG has a market capitalization of 138 million. Business sector. AACG has been assigned to the business SVC business sector. VectorVest classifies stocks into over 200 industry groups and 40 business sectors. Industry group.